Hello everyone, welcome back to this lecture. In our previous lecture, we have talked about the characteristics and features of computer. But in today's lecture, we will be talking about the applications of computer. So over here we will be looking at the industries where the computers have been used or they are being daily used. So let's start this lecture. Computer applications are used in various fields, whether it is business, whether it's healthcare, whether it's military, education or engineering design. So these are some of the industries in which computers are heavily used, or these industries on which the computers are totally reliable. So like in business, healthcare, military, education, in this computers are used everywhere. We can also say that without computers, these industries might not work full efficiency or they couldn't work at full efficiency. So that's why computers are used over here. Talking about business, as we all know that we have learned the characteristics of computer, that computer have very high speed. So, a computer has high speeds of calculation, diligence, accuracy, reliability and versatility, which made it an integral part of business organizations, right? So, these are some of the factors we can say, like the speed of calculation, the diligence, accuracy, reliability or versatility, which made as an integral part of business organizations, we can say. Computer is also used in business organizations for various purposes, like if we talk about the payroll calculations, budgeting, sales and analysis and financial forecasting. So that's why computer in business organizations is very important. Looking towards the next application, that is the healthcare. If you talk about healthcare, if you have ever visited the hospitals, you have seen the ECGs, different, we can say, mechanisms or the machines that are working, they are used through computers. Even if you talk about the surgery, that is also being used by camera and various computers or various sensors over there. Computers have become an important part in hospitals, labs and dispensaries. They even for keeping the records of patients and medicines, which is also very important. They also keep their inventory in which they will be keeping, in which the medicines are being, the data has been stored. Over also here, if you look, there are in two parts. First of all is the diagnostic system and then the lab diagnostic system. Over here, computers are used to collect data and identify the cause of illness. So, over here, you can see that the computers are detecting the illness, that is, what is the source of that illness, isn't it? If you talk about the lab diagnostic system, all the tests can be done and the reports that are being given. So, all the reports, whatever the tests that you are doing, all are done through computer. And that they will be giving the legitimate, we can say, the sign of your illness, isn't it? Let's talk about the next application. If you tell, the next application is military. So we know that without computers, without drones, military is nothing right now, because previous, we can say, about years, military was of combat, but right now it is about cyber warfare. So everything is reliable on computers and technology. Before, there wasn't any kind of a GPS device, but right now we are having GPS, drones, a very large number of technologies is being used to identify the threat. So computers are largely used in defense, we can say, modern tanks, missiles, weapons, etc. So everything we talk about, whether your machinery, is all done by lasers and computers. So computer play a very important role in military also. And everyone is focused, every nation is focused on their military also. They invest humongous number of money in their military computers to make their military very strong. So, like if we talk about the mission control or the military communication, military operation and planning, and the smart weapons, these all are done through computers. Let's talk about the education field. The computer helps in providing a lot of facilities in education system, like the computer provides a tool in education system known as computer-based education. So, the moment right now that you're watching a television, or we can say the moment that you're studying through the monitor or your computer, that is the application of a computer. That is education that we are saying right now. The way that we are streaming to each other or the way we are communicating, that is also a technology, or we can say that is also an application of a computer, isn't it? So computer education is rapidly increasing in the graph number of computer students because moreover all the nation is being now moving towards computer study. We can say computer based education. That is a very good idea because we need to know about the computer. We can access the source from anywhere. Before that, you should know how to work on a computer. That's very important. Talking about engineering designs. You talk about civil engineering, isn't it? We talk about architecture. How they design this huge number of, we can say, designs of a particular building or a particular of a parking lot or particular of a statue. How appropriate their designs are. How geometry, you can see the architectural design, the proposition, everything is unique. So, computers are used over there. There are various softwares, we can say like AutoCAD, the CAD designing, that implement, they use the technology over there, helping us to design great number of designs. I was talking about the CAD, that is a computer-aided design that provides creation, modification of images. We can talk about two industries that are very major, like the structural design and the industrial engineering. So we over here in structural designing, like for example, you are constructing a bridge. So over there you cannot get an idea like what is the stress or a strain on that particular beam. We can install some sensors on that particular beam to get the knowledge. So that is also done by structural engineer, in where the computer plays a very major role. Similarly, talking about the industrial engineering, computer deals with design, implementation and improvement of integral systems of people, material and equipment. You have seen various factories in which there is a process of they test the material. That is also done through a computer. So, computer plays a very important role in every part. Right now, you are living in this 21st century. You know that everything, even your smartphone, anything is a computer. So, our life without computer is useless. So, we just need computers, and computers are in various fields. It has no end. Thank you. In our next lecture, we will be talking about the history of computers.